Hey all, so this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while. It's just kind of a gear tour, so I'll show you guys kind of what I have, what I play, and what it all does. If anyone has any questions about different pedals or amps or guitars, I've done a lot of research on a lot of different things when I've been building my rig. So I don't know, I'm always up for answering questions about anything from different brands of pedals to why I put pedals in the order I do, or just different stuff like that. So I don't know, shoot me inbox or whatever, and I'm happy to answer some questions about that sort of stuff, because it can be pretty confusing and seem like there's a lot going on at first. So kind of without further ado, I'll go through yeah, some stuff. Okay, so here's my main rig. My guitar is a Fender Thinline Telecaster 1972 reissue. I've had it for a couple of years and couldn't be happier with it. I love the feel of the neck. It's really smooth. It's got pretty darn good intonation, holds its tuning good, and it's not a full hollow body. It's just kind of semi-chambered. This whole, but all that is hollow, and that's solid. But the hollow body just really gives a really nice rich tone, and I love it. Yeah, couldn't be happier with the guitar. My amp is a Fender Blues Deluxe. It's a 40-watt all-tube amp, and that's that. It's just got really great cleans, and then I almost never use the drive channel on it. It's good for blues and stuff like that. I don't play a lot of blues, so I almost never use the drive on it. But it's decent. But I usually just use it as a clean palette and just build off it, and it takes pedals really well. Again, it's plenty loud for my church and any setting I've ever played. Yeah, 40 watts too is all you need if you're just playing in church and whatnot. I put it on like 2 out of 12 for volume, and I get sound guys still telling me to turn down. But yeah, so that's my amp, and I run. Okay, yeah. So this is my pedal board. I run half of it, this half, from my volume pedal on. This is all in my amp's effects loop. So if you have questions about effects loops and why I use effects loops, let me know. But I run this through my effects loop, and my drive and my tuner are before that. So that's my guitar runs into Fulltone Fulldrive, and it's a great pedal. It's pretty versatile. I use it more as a clean boost. So that's that. It just gives the tone a little bit of a grittier edge. And then it's got a boost other button, and it's really great for leads and just really gives you a really warm, saturated tone. This thing sounds absolutely amazing. It's just really, really natural and original to your, yeah, it produces a sound really close to your original tone, but just some really nice tube sounding grit. It's a wonderful pedal. Couldn't recommend it enough. And it's pretty versatile. You've got a whole bunch of settings on it. Like I said, I use the one that's more of a clean boost, just adding a little bit of grit. But it's a great pedal. So out of the Fulldrive, I run into this guy, and it's a Marshall GV2 Guv'nor Plus. This is the first pedal I bought. Kinda not even sure why, but I'm glad I bought it. It's a nice pedal. It doesn't go into metal, but it's definitely got a good beefy, crunchy tone for some heavier stuff. Yeah, sounds like a Marshall amp. So if you like the sound of that and don't have a Marshall amp, this is a really great thing to put in your chain. And I'm actually not sure if they make them anymore. The Fulldrive and the Marshall are both true bypass, if anyone out there likes that sort of thing. Then I run into the Boss TU2 Chromatic tuner. Pretty standard. Most people have one of those on their boards, and I use it to power all the rest of my rig. So that signal runs through here, then into the inputs on my amp, and then the preamp out of my effects loop runs into this, which is an Ernie Ball volume pedal, and that's all it is, just volume. I have the 25K ohm model because I'm running it in my effects loop, so it's dealing with a higher amplitude signal. If you have a volume pedal and you're running it between your guitar and your amp, you want the 250K ohm model. So something to keep in mind, easy mistake to make. So anyways, effects loop into the volume pedal, then into this, which is a Boss DD-20 Giga Delay. This is an insane pedal. It's been the heart of my sound for a lot of years. It's super versatile. You've got a ton of different delay modes. You've got some typical stuff like standard analog tape. Then you've got a modulation delay, reverse delay. You can get it to pan between 2 amps. You can run stereo on it. I don't, because I only have 1 amp. But you can run 2 amps. And it's got a couple other fancy little things. And one really nice feature, it's got a sound-on-sound capability. So you can record up to, I think it's 23 seconds of whatever you want and keep looping it and playing it back. It's not, if you're looking for a looper, don't go to this. But if you're looking for a delay pedal and every so often you want to loop a couple things, it's a pretty decent looper. But I usually just use it to practice solos and stuff like that. So it's a really versatile pedal, although the one drawback, it is all digital, so if you're a complete tone freak, maybe you don't want it in your chain, maybe, but like it sounds really good. Maybe the notes are pretty crisp and everything, so it does have a bit of a digital sound, but it's really quite good. And then this is the tap tempo for it. I'll play some sounds through this stuff in a minute to show you what the tap tempo does, but this is just the tap tempo for the DD-20. Then out of the DD-20, I run into an MXR carbon copy, which is an analog delay, so there's no tap tempo for it or anything. It's just you control your delay time with a knob. And if I don't need a tap tempo, I always use this. It just has a really, really warm, rich analog delay sound, and I love it. It sounds so good. And it's got a little button to add modulation to whatever you're doing, and I always have that on. It's a really rich pedal, and it captures some of the warmth the DD-20 can't. But this thing can tap tempo, this thing can't, so together I can get pretty much any delay I'm looking for. So that's my main rig, and yeah, I guess I'll just demonstrate some of the sounds I get out of different things now. Okay, so first I'll just show you what my clean tone is. So that's just the clean sound, straight guitar to amp, that's it. So now, I guess, here's the first stage of how I use the Fulldrive. So just a little bit of breakup, and I like that for a lot of stuff. So, and I'll show you it now with the boost. So, yeah. So this is just without the boost, and then so quite a bit of difference if like I have it almost maxed out. So you can really tell that adds a lot of grit, and it's great for soloing and whatnot. That's the Fulldrive. Then the Guv'nor. So that's obviously a little heavier. I have the gain on that thing probably 2/3 of the way up, so you can still get more grip, but I don't know, past 2/3 kind of starts sounding a little garbagey. So this, here's the Giga Delay. I'll just show you, for anyone who's unfamiliar with tap tempo, you put in your quarter notes here, and it's really easy. You just hit this button and you can select which type of note this thing is going to be generating. So right now on this patch I've got, it's on, I think it's an 8th note triplet. So if I tap in my quarter notes, then my delay is, so it's a triplet delay like that. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but you can save 4 delay presets on this thing. So this one I think this is my slapback. So I think it's a quarter or 8th note slapback. So yeah, so it's just like one repeated note. So like, and then this is kind of the signature of a lot of United songs. It's the dotted 8th note delay. So when you tap in your quarters, and it sounds like the. So that's kind of the signature sound. Pretty U2-y. Yeah, United uses a lot of dotted 8th note delay. So that's a really valuable patch to have, and this pedal does it great. And then this last patch I use for volume swells. So it's just a really long delay. Timing really doesn't matter that much. But so if I pick on the guitar and then I fade it in with the volume pedal, like. So as you can see, you can get really smooth transitions between notes, get kind of almost a violin sound if you pair it with some drive and whatnot. And yeah, you can just get some really nice sustained sounds for backing up a band. Yeah, so that's the DD-20, and I'll just show you a little bit of the carbon copy. I've got the modulation on, so this is kind of what it sounds like. So, yeah, it's a really rich full sound for songs like You Won't Relent, like. Yeah, it's wonderful. So, that's my pedal board, that's what I do with it, and that's that. Okay, and I also figured I'd show you guys my other guitar. This used to be a piece of crap. It's a Squire Telecaster. It was originally the black and chrome one, so the pickguard used to be a mirror. I found out that usually reflects stage lights into people's eyes, and that's not always so pleasant, so spray bombed it white. So that's what it originally was. It didn't sound great at first. I threw in some Fender Noiseless pickups in here. I redid all the electronics, and now I think it sounds pretty darn good. The feel's okay. It doesn't compare to my other guitar, but it's not too bad, and the tuners, it doesn't hold tuning great. But with the new pickups and whatnot, and because they're single coils as opposed to my other humbucker, every so often I still find myself playing this guitar. Right now, here's a kind of interesting thing. I've got it strung differently. It's in standard tuning, so I still have E, A, D, G, B, E. However, my D and G strings are both, my D is what's normally a B string in terms of gauge, and my G is what's normally an E string in terms of gauge. So I've got really thin strings, and so they're tuned up an octave for my D and G. So it sounds like. So, you might ask me, why on earth did I ever do that? There's a United song, Like an Avalanche, off the new album Aftermath, that Timon Klein, the guitarist, decided to do this for, and it actually sounds, I think, really good. I'll just grab a capo. It kind of goes like. like that, and then so you kind of get a sound that you can't really get any other way. You get some interesting picking patterns and stuff with the extra higher strings, and it's just a cool thing to try out. And I did it for only that song, but it's given some of my other chords just like a different voicing that's fun to experiment with, and just it changes how you do solos when you have your strings tuned so high in the middle. It's just a lot of fun to play around with. So if you have another guitar kicking around or something, just throw on some higher gauge strings in the middle and just experiment it. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Just yeah, it gives you some other tonal opportunities that regular stringing just can't. So yeah, that's this guitar. Don't use it that much though. Okay, and the last piece of gear I own is my acoustic. Shows up in a couple of videos I do. I usually play it at home and whatnot, but with my band I'm almost always playing electric, so it doesn't see a lot of time outside this room. But it's an Ovation Celebrity CC48. It's a decent guitar, not too expensive. As you can see, if you don't know Ovations, they've got the plastic round bowl back, which can take a little bit to get used to, but I don't know, I like it. It's pretty thin, so it's got a little bit of a thinner tone. Plugged in it sounds pretty good, but on its own, it's okay. I like it, but it's nothing incredible. But it's a pretty good guitar. It's got a built-in tuner and onboard EQ and whatnot. So yeah, plugged in it sounds pretty decent, and it's has a pretty good feel and stays in tune good. So I don't know, no complaints there, but it's no Martin or no Taylor or something like that. But yeah, so that's basically everything I own related to guitar. And that's that.